Yo, testing. Haha. What's up? Yo, we out here, guys. What's going on? This is definitely super different. Alright. Alright. Should I close my windows? I don't know. I literally have a teleprompter coming off of my phone that is mirrored via a small piece of glass that I took from an old photo frame that had like one of my old photographs in it. And I bought these off Amazon one time. And the teleprompter app cost me $20. Okay. I'm about to read a script off a teleprompter. We'll see how this goes. All right. Here we go. This video is about not caring about what people think. So we're trying to do that in the video itself. Feeling good today. All right. Let us start the teleprompter script. Yo, what's up, guys? For as long as I can remember, I feel like I cared too much about what people think. I'm sure many of you feel the same. There's this irresistible urge for everyone alive in this moment to fit in and look good and to be liked by everyone. And that's because it's built right into our DNA. As our species evolved, one of the first advantages that we had over other people, groups, other ancient things is that as we had the I don't even know if I just said that all right. Let me go back. As our species evolved, one of the first advantages that we had over others was learning to form groups. These groups eventually became tribes. And with the tribe community, you lived and died as part of the tribe. So literally, if you didn't fit into the tribe or were unloyal, it meant your life or death. So as an instinct to survive, we want to fit in and we want to belong. And thankfully today, we are privileged enough to not have a life or death situation in front of us. But that doesn't mean that there aren't stakes involved, right? Because we want to make friends and we want to have a friend group and possibly even have high status within our friend group. But the wonderful thing about social life these days is that if you have the confidence and the boldness to, you can totally flip the system on its head. You can choose to please no one and just purely be your true self, just like I'm being right. Bruh, my freaking teleprompter just fell down. Goodness. One sec, fam. Oh, wait a second. Okay. You can choose to please no one and just be your true self. And what will happen instead is you will naturally attract people that are like you and want to have deep relationships with you. In fact, this new way that is accessible to us is far superior to our old way, because instead of portraying a fake self to fit into a group and therefore compromising your very identity just to be a part of that group, you get much more meaningful and valuable human connections. And this will in turn boost your self-esteem as well. We are often afraid when approaching group settings, thinking, will they like me? What if they don't accept me? And sadly, we can even worry about these same things, these same questions in very developed friendships and relationships. My theory is that much of this thinking stems from a lack of revealing your true self. And revealing your true self does come at some costs of having some people not like you. And that's, I guess, the hard part to start with. However, that is a small price that is far outweighed by what you will receive at the end. How does one go about this then? Well, everyone has different approaches, and there's not one perfect way or right way to do it. But I will tell you a little bit about my true self and set an example by showing you the things that are weird and unique about me that I'm now unashamed about, because I've been doing them for so long. In fact, some of these facets of my life I picked up specifically because I wanted to care less about what people thought, which kind of sums up my approach. In short, if you find yourself caring too much about what people think, do something very specific to counteract that. In other words, do something that feels true to you, what you enjoy, who you are, and make it public to everyone to see, knowing that some people will think you're weird or disapprove, or that it will hinder you fitting into some group. So here are some of the things that I've done in my life. Probably the earliest example was early in high school when I noticed I was finally coming out of my middle school introverted and sensitive shell, and I was making more friends, and in the process of gaining a real social standing, I said goodbye to a lot of my loneliness and exclusion that I endured. Bruh, how come I can't literally read this script without my chapstick falling? This is what's holding up the mirror. I'm just trying to be transparent for this video, because that's like part of it, you know? Alright, back to middle school. I said goodbye to a lot of my loneliness and exclusion that I endured in middle school. However, there was a very dark side to being cool as well. I clung on to it, and I didn't want to lose it. So I started acting in ways specifically to preserve my social standing and make people like me. Once I noticed this, in many ways, I started to not feel like myself. You know what I'm saying? I felt as though I had lost track of me, of what was truly me, and was just conforming to what everyone else wanted me to be. So one day, I did something bold. I wore orange Crocs to school. Boom. Genius, right? Right? Except, just like I was saying before, in the beginning of making these decisions, in the beginning of making them is kind of the hardest part, because the backlash comes in full force. Literally, people were constantly laughing at me, asking me why I chose to look like the weirdest person at the school, and many other degrading remarks. But after some time, I noticed that people gained respect for me, because I had the confidence to do something no one else wanted to do. Those people thought it was funny, and I actually got closer to them because they were interested in my uniqueness and my courage to be different. And I chose orange Crocs to make a statement, but I literally also chose them because I genuinely like the color, and I wore orange Crocs throughout my childhood, and I really loved how easy and comfortable they were. And because of this, I discovered the superpower of being different. You will get denied in the short run, but you gain respect and attraction of others in the long run. Others that actually like who you are and like that you're weird because they're weird too. Like, we're all weird, guys. A lot of people just hide it. Okay. Today, my life looks much different and yet still the same in many ways. I still slip in... My teleprompter. I think it's even more unstable now, but we're just gonna roll with it. Okay. I still slip into ways of trying to fit in and look cool, but I'm always finding ways to counteract that. For example, I ride an electric unicycle around town. Cue the clip, peeps. Check it out. It's pretty lit. It's actually really fun, and it's really efficient to get around town on this little guy. And number 2 is I wear a McDonald's hoodie, and it makes everyone think that I work at McDonald's, and I actually really love this. How come there's so many of these popular merch companies and all of them are like aimed at looking cool? Like, no one's out there wearing like a Taco Bell shirt, right? Because it's literally not cool at all. So everyone thinks I work at McDonald's, and because of this, but I actually wear this around public. In fact, the footage that's been rolling over this is of me like wearing it out on a bike ride to Trader Joe's. I probably wouldn't wear it to like a nice event, but you wouldn't wear a hoodie to a nice event anyway. Anyway, the reason I bought this was to care less about what people think. It's very easy to care a lot about what people think in California. I think it's just part of the culture, and it's kind of dumb. Okay, sorry. The audio just clipped. Okay, so I love playing Super Smash Bros. Competitively with a bunch of other nerdy guys. It's super fun. It's been my favorite game for the past year. I'm unashamed of it. I literally like practice in the training room in the game almost every day because I'm like, I want to get better and I want to win these tournaments. I've literally won like one set in the last year, which means like one matchup against another person. So I've lost a lot, but it motivates me to get better. And I love the game. And I only started playing a year ago, but this game is like famous. It's like the most famous fighting game of all time. And it's made by Nintendo, and I love Nintendo. Next, I listen to very freaking strange electronic music that would legitimately terrorize most other people and discuss them. There's this guy named Ulasile, and his music literally is like Like, it's just wild, but I think it's super interesting. It is just fascinating that people can make sounds that you never thought could be made with a synthesizer or maybe with their mouth. I don't know how he does it, but it's just weird. Play small clip. Yeah. There it is. Right? Super cool music. Everyone would love it. I actually don't really show that to people because I just know most people won't like it. But that's fine. It helps me value myself more and things I enjoy. Second to last thing, I dance very strangely and very intensely at dances and weddings. And I probably have a clip of that I'm rolling now. Wait, no. I actually, literally 2 days ago, recorded myself here in my room dancing with this McDonald's hoodie on because that was the beginning of this video. And I'm dancing very intensely and to one of my favorite songs. I'm going to try to do that more often. I'm thinking about making a video about dancing every morning because I feel like it's good for you. And lastly, I am currently working as an assistant manager at a virtual reality studio, and it's super fun. It is one of the only jobs that I've enjoyed in the last 3 years of my life. And the reason I enjoy it is because it's super different, and a lot of other people would be ashamed to do something as weird as that. But I love it, and I love hanging out with people and showing them virtual reality, and I'm nerdy, I guess. The whole summed up point is I love all these things that I do, and I love these things that I wear and who I am so much. And the best part about this entire thing is the more I've grown into myself as I've gotten older, the less I'm afraid of fitting in, because I'm always doing things that you would think make people think I'm super weird. But I actually have the best friends and have so many deep connections with people because they enjoy the unique and true version of me. It's a great feeling to have people like you, not because you've tried to make them like you, but just because you're being you. And I have a very people pleaser personality, so it's refreshing for me even to know for myself that people like the weird version of me too. The point of this whole video is widely cliche, but super important nonetheless. Be yourself. Be yourself, because instead of going to a group and working for their attention and acceptance, you will naturally attract a group of people around you that value you and think you're rad. And as preachy and motivational as this whole thing sounds, in my attempt to make myself sound cool and I have this whole thing figured out, I want to let you know that I'm very imperfect, obviously, and that I also succumb to social pressures very often still. Ever since moving to California, everyone back home has noticed my style change quite a lot, so much so that they make a point to say, "You look so Californian." And while I really do like my style these days, ruling your jeans is pretty sick, not gonna lie, the cuff part at the bottom, there's a part of me that changed my style to fit in here. So the important part is not mastering being yourself or perfecting this, because no one can, but always pressing back against your desire and habit of not being yourself in order to fit in. So that's what I'm doing here and will continue to do, especially when I realize that an area of my life in regards to wanting to fit in has gotten out of control. It's we need to keep ourselves in check, Anyways, that's all for the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I've been feeling better recently. I wanted to opt for a more upbeat, funny, and fun video to express that. And I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you consider liking and subscribing. That's all for this video. And I already recorded this part. So, yeah. Deuces. Hopefully this looks good. It's kind of awkward to end the video in the middle of the script, because there were just so many things that got messed up in this video. I do like this microphone holding and simultaneously headphone thing. It makes me feel I don't know, I've just been sitting here chatting to myself for 44 minutes. How wild is that? 44 minutes. Freaking crazy. And maybe I'm a narcissist. Who knows? I think everyone likes to hear their own voice, We out here just listening to ourselves. I don't know. It's kind of sick. You should try it. Maybe it'll make you feel better. Maybe it'll bring some freaking joy to your life. So go try it out. I'm gonna just keep recording, even though the freaking script is over and the teleprompter fell for the 25,000th time. Thank the Lord, I'm done. All right, deuces.